James was a young man of God. His passion for evangelism burned bright, and everyone who met him believed he was sent by heaven. One day, he was sent to a quiet village to spread the message of salvation. He preached from morning till night, praying for the sick and encouraging the hopeless. The villagers loved him, and many turned to God through his message. But in the middle of his good work, James made a mistake that would change his life forever. Among those who admired him was a young woman from the village. She was kind and always willing to help with church activities. Over time, their closeness grew beyond what it should have been. One night, James fell into temptation. He did what he knew was wrong. Weeks later, the young woman discovered she was pregnant. When she told James, he was speechless. He was ashamed, confused, and afraid. But after praying and thinking about it, he decided to take responsibility. He loved her and wanted to make things right, so he went to her family to ask for her hand in marriage. Her family came from a different tribe. Her mother especially was not happy. She refused to give her blessing and warned her daughter not to go on with the marriage. But the young woman insisted, saying, "He is the man I love. I will marry him." On the day James came for introduction, her mother stood in front of the house dressed in all white, a white wrapper, white blouse, and white head tie. As they were leaving, she said something that sent chills down his spine. "You shall see, and you will come back home." Those words echoed in his heart. Later, James learned from people in the village that the woman's mother was deeply connected to marine powers, often called the Water Kingdom. But it was too late. The marriage had already happened. After the wedding, the couple moved to Lagos to begin their life together. First, they were happy and full of hope. But not long after, things began to fall apart. James lost his job unexpectedly. He tried starting a small business, but it failed. He started another, but that one collapsed too. Feeding became difficult. Rent was unpaid. Life became hard and bitter. Then came more sorrow. His wife got pregnant, and they were overjoyed. But when the child was born, tragedy struck. The baby died. They tried again and again, but each time the children never lived long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every child they had passed away. Night after night, James was tormented by terrible dreams. He would wake up sweating, shouting, and sometimes unable to pray. It felt as if a dark shadow followed him everywhere. One day, tired and broken, James said to his wife, "Please go back to your mother's house for some time." She refused. But after he kept insisting, she packed her things. Before she left, she looked at him angrily and said, "You will see what I will do to you." She left. Not long after she was gone, James began to notice changes. His peace returned. His small business started growing again. He found favor wherever he went. For the first time in years, life began to make sense. After some time, James met another woman, a gentle, prayerful lady who loved God deeply. They got married and were filled with joy. When she became pregnant, James was full of hope that this time, things would be different. But the day of delivery came, and it turned into a night of sorrow. His wife went into labor, but it was long and painful. They prayed and prayed, but it felt as though heaven was silent. The doctors decided to carry out an operation. After hours of waiting, the baby cried, a sign of life. But moments later, the doctor came out with sad news. The mother did not survive. James was shattered. He held his newborn baby and wept bitterly. The reality of his choices came crashing down on him. He realized that his journey of pain began the day he allowed sin to enter his mission. That day, James knelt and prayed with tears in his eyes, asking God for mercy. He understood that the script of his suffering had been written by the enemy, all because he let his flesh lead him astray.